Okay, I'm going to start with production and cost video. Regarding number one, according to the book, given examples of implicit and explicit costs. Remember, for implicit and explicit costs, those are both opportunity cost, but you want to remember that explicit cost with the EX, think of it as like exit. You're actually paying money to go out the door. Implicit cost would be non-monetary cost, like basically an opportunity cost is something I'm giving up. Explain which of the costs below would be considered fixed or variable and indicate why. In dealing with this chapter, make sure that you're aware of why something is fixed and variable. Fixed means that the cost stays constant or the same, no matter how much is being produced or the quantity. Variable, on the other hand, changes. So if you're thinking about your own personal life, you can think, all right, my mortgage is always fixed. Every month it's the same amount. However, my variable cost would be like my electricity, because it depends on how many minutes I use electricity. So sugar bought at a restaurant, that's going to be what we would call a variable cost. Rent paid to lease the restaurant, that's a fixed cost. Exempt salary of the manager, that's going to be fixed. Insurance paid at the restaurant, it's going to be fixed. Salary paid to hourly workers depends on the number of hours, so that's going to be a variable. Advertising expense to run an ad each month on local television for $1,200, that's going to be a fixed cost. So fixed and variable. Also, regarding fixed and variable with companies, ideally, you like to think of the fixed cost as being something that they're always going to have to pay all the time, not dependent on either the number of workers or the number of units that are actually sold. All right, let's move to number 3. LT quit his job as an accountant, earning $85 per year to start his own business. To save money, he will use his guest room over his garage. Previously, he had rented out the space to a local artist for $15 a year. In his first year, he actually collects $210 in revenue. And revenue is just how much money you bring in. In econ, it's your price times the quantity sold. He had to pay, though, $80,000 in labor. And he also, let's say he hired some people, and then he also had to pay $5,000 in equipment for copy machine, etc. Question goes on to say, should he go back to the firm or continue, right? In econ, we make a distinction between accounting cost and economic cost. Accounting costs are what you would probably be more familiar with. You're actually writing a receipt. Think about your explicit costs, things that, monetary cost, right? So we would say here, that $80,000 that he had to pay out, that would be a monetary cost. That's actually an accounting cost. So to figure out how he did, we're going to take his revenue minus his $80,000 minus the 5. We're basically trying to figure out his revenue minus his cost to figure out his total revenue. So we would say he made $125,000. But in economics, we also want to include his opportunity cost. What could he have done? Well, he could have rented that space out had he not been using it. He could have made another $85,000 had he not been using it. So we want to take and subtract from the 125 his implicit cost or his economic cost, opportunity cost. So if I subtract out the $85,000 and the $15,000, negative here, $15,000, I was going to go to 100, so I would show he had an economic profit of $25,000, right? He has an economic profit of $25,000. So he should stay in this business because he is covering all of his cost, his fixed and his variable cost, and he is still able to make a positive economic profit, right? So for number 3, we're going to say stay in business. If you want to, go ahead and try to work the problem out in reverse. What happens if he had gone back to be an accountant? How much money would he be out of? And instead, it'll be reversed here. The total revenue, cost of labor, and cost of equipment would actually be implicit cost to him at this point. All right. Number 4 will vary, so I guess that'll depend on yours. But look, I can give you an example in chapter number 5. So the chart below is for Alex's factory. So on every single one of these, and I like to use Excel, so I'm going to write it out here. I have the number of workers. And then you're going to have output. The way to read this. Then we have this category called marginal product of labor, all right? Sometimes it'll be referred to as marginal physical product. I have a category called office rent, and now we already know that office rent is a fixed cost, so I'm just going to put FC up there. I have labor cost. All right, let's see, I don't know if that's a variable cost or a fixed cost yet. Then I'm going to have total cost. And your total costs are always going to be your variable cost plus your fixed cost. And I realize my screen's a little wonky there. And then I'm going to have what we call marginal cost. All right, and I will make sure that I post an actual Word doc in there so you can read it as well. All right, so the number of workers is going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. It tells me at 0 workers, I have 0 output. At 1 week worker, I have 220 output. And then it tells me at 3 workers, I have 680 output. At 5 workers, I have 940 output. Actually, I'm going to just zoom on here. At 2, I have 250. Also tells me here. Okay, let me stop.